Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. Doodle-doo. Doodle-dookie. Bram, is that you? You know, I get these messages every time someone joins the stream and starts watching. I get in my chat a little pop-up that this person is now watching. This person is not watching. This person is now watching. So I don't know really how to turn that off though. I looked into it. It's a little bit annoying because if people are chatting, it sort of clogs up the chat because everybody is, you get all these notifications in the chat. And it sort of distracts from the actual chat that is happening. It's annoying. But anyway, still nice to see people are watching, of course. Doodle-doodle-doo. I do not really seem to be able to turn that specific thing off, so that is a little bit annoying, which is what I would prefer. Clickety click. Okay, I am going to recycle some clay. Wait, you need to hear this actually. Let me get this microphone on. Uh, when you pour water on dried clay, it makes a very peculiar sound. I don't know if the mic picks it up properly. It's a sound the dried clay makes when it absorbs all the moisture. I'm not sure why it does that, but it's sort of. There are like, I don't know, tiny air pockets in there probably. And they suck themselves full with water. And you get this sort of. Funny sound. Kind of like a jungle or swamp or something. Do do do. Oh, hey, hey. Javier. Big artist. Thank you. Lizaralde Javier. I don't know if I say your name correctly, but I saw you the other day in chat as well. So, hey, thanks for stopping by. By the way, I have right now a translation thing going on in my chat. So I believe I can read what you say if you speak in a different language. Just so you know. But thank you for the compliments of earlier. Spanish. Ah, I thought so. You speak Spanish, yes. Sorry about the latency or the time it takes between you sending a message and my response getting back to you. Unfortunately, the delay is kind of long. It's about 17 seconds, which means it takes a while for the messages to go back and forth. That's just Instagram. Instagram is a bit slow, unfortunately, when it comes to streaming. Just making another one of those. No problema. Thank you. But thanks for stopping by the way. I appreciate it. You are an artist yourself, are you not? Do you understand my? Do you understand English? Well, you do seem to react, so I take it you do understand at least a little bit of English. Your English is very bad. Okay. No, I mean, but you can. Oh, okay. So understanding is also difficult. I see. I'm sorry, I do not speak a word Spanish, I am afraid. Uh, Buongiorno. Wait, no, that's. Is that Italian? My bad. Paella. Um, as you can tell, I do not know a lot of Spanish. Probably less than your English. Oh, hey, Mangolo Rustine. Mangolo Rustine? Is that your name? What stories are in your artworks? Hmm. What stories are in your artworks? Well, thanks for asking the question, for sure. As in, like, what my work is about, I suppose. Yes, I can tell you something about that. It is, for me, um, in essence, it's really about play, about playing, and sort of a wondrous feeling of, well, maybe also mystery and fascination for things. And the play aspect is very much apparent in the fact that you can take these pieces and you can touch them and you can play with them. You can build with them. You can take pieces and attach them in whatever way you see fit. This is all ceramics, and they are designed in such a way that you can attach them and configure them, kind of like a Meccano or Lego set, if you will. And I have a whole bunch of pieces. And you can build. You can build. I'm missing another nut right now. Whoop. You can make cool configurations. I'm trying to let it swing. It's getting caught a little bit. Ta-da! They move so realistic. Yeah, I suppose they do. They move like, well, very large mechanical pieces, don't they? I mean, it's not CGI, so yeah, it's very realistic. And I am making like a whole bunch of different sorts of parts, so that as you visit the work in, oh, I'm trying not to crush my clay pieces over here, but as you visit the work, you have during an exhibition or something, you have like a choice, and you have all sorts of pieces, and you can try to make new stuff with them. Is it baked or just dried? No, no, these are baked. No, I wouldn't be able to do this if it was just dried. No, 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 no. If it was dried, here there are some. These are some dried scraps, and I mean I can just break them just like that. This is fired. This is a high temperature stoneware clay. So this is fired at 1220 degrees Celsius, and it makes for a nice, strong body. This piece is dry. You can tell by this is gray and this is kind of a yellowish sand colored hue. And this one is very fragile, so I have to handle it with care. But this one is strong and water resistant. This one is not. This one can still be dissolved in water. Here's an example of some more various pieces. These are some pieces I assembled in a way so it is sort of a mic stand. That was the idea. You can put like a microphone in here. Oh, voila, you have a ceramic mic stand. A big and heavy and cumbersome mic stand. And these are all, of course, separate pieces. Well, you're welcome, Mangolo. I will call you Mangolo. Mangolo Rustin. Mangolo Rustin. Wow. Thanks for asking the question, by the way. I always like to answer questions. Makes for a bit of a conversation during the stream, you know. I especially also like this piece, this big. This is one of the biggest pieces I made so far. And it's like a big 4-holed plate. And funny thing is, these are like normal, like smooth holes. You can put a bolt in. But I decided, well, in the middle, I want to have a threaded hole. You can see the threads on the inside. And this way, you can stick a screw in there and it doesn't fall out. But if you do that, it's a bit wobbly because there is a lot of play between the pieces. You guys are liking the sound? So what you can do is use a nut really close to it, drive it in like that so that it's flush with the surface, and then you tighten the nut and you sort of pull these two pieces against each other, and all play is eliminated. It's really rigid. Just by the force that is applied by this nut against this bolt, against this plate. Hello, Kleinmeester. What new pieces do you plan on making? Well, Bram, thanks for tuning in. I am. I was just making a little claw, another one over here. But I do have some new pieces in my head and in the making. So this is a new piece for the claw. I should put it aside actually before I start crushing things. But 1 second. I still have the 90-degree angle piece from last time. I haven't gotten around to actually finishing that one. So I'll probably do that today. Here, this one. Do. Still need to trim these one, make them a bit shorter, and then we can make 90-degree angle. 90-degree angle. How you love the claw? Yeah, me too. Oh, I can't wait until I can actually fire all these pieces. I can show you, by the way, I have like a whole stack of pieces that's waiting to be fired, but I at least want to have a little bit of a stacked kiln because firing is expensive and I want to have the kiln as full as possible before I actually fire stuff. But I can show you. Let's see, how do I do this? Yes. This is my shelf full of things. And as you can see, I have a whole shelf over here. All this, what you see over there, is all stuff. Oh, focus. Is all stuff that's waiting to be fired, and that's all dry and ready to go in the kiln. When is my next streaming? Next Sunday. I stream every Sunday at 3 in the afternoon, Central European time. You make a bunch and then fire them all together. Yes, I make as much as I can fit in the kiln, just so because firing is a bit of a process, and I want to do as much as possible in one go. Oh, oops! Oh, that's unfortunate. I think I accidentally froze the camera because I a little bit too aggressively turned it around. Shouldn't have done that. 1 second, I can fix this. I probably need to deactivate and then activate. Yes! It works. Actually, let me get one of those pieces. Let me show you the craziest piece I have been working on. Oh, bye. I love your artworks. Oh, thanks. Thanks for stopping by, man. Thanks for asking some questions, and see you another time. See ya. Love your work. Thanks. Pratibha. Let me show you the one piece I was talking about. This is I think my most ambitious and craziest piece I made so far. Ta-da! The caltrop, or whatever you call this. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, a 4-pronged, completely symmetrical. Well, yeah, what to call it? I think this is what you call like a caltrop. It is like a sort of a the name what I know from is from like it's like a battlefield weapon or what you throw on a road to flat someone's tires. The shape, at least, it's completely like how do you call it? Radially symmetrical shape. So no matter how it sits on the ground, there is always one point that is sticking up. As you can see, no matter how I turn it, there is always 1 point sticking up. I'm not setting it down on its legs because this is completely dry and very fragile. So right now I'm storing it on this little pedestal over here. And I'm also going to fire it like this because, well, I don't trust these attachment points when I made this. And I don't think I attached them really that well. So it's a bit of a surprise it will be if it's all going to come out of the kiln in one piece. And after that, if it will stay together. How did I put them together? I made a bunch of like loose screws like this, just or more like this, But then, of course, still leather hard like this, and I trimmed them and I cleaned them, and then I made this weird shape, kind of like a block, kind of like this, but sort of a radially symmetric pyramid, equilateral triangle shape thing, and then just with a lot of clay slip, I just attach them and press them in as firm as I could. But I probably could have used more clay slip. I did it a bit dry, so to say. You really want like a in happenstance? No, in hindsight. Uh, I really should have used like a large heap of it and like really like smush it in there. But I was very like I didn't use a lot, so it was kind of like I hope they are properly in there. But only time will tell. Worst case, I will have to make a new one. But for now, this one is dry and waiting to be fired in the kiln. Caltrop. The Caltrop piece. I find this one also interesting, by the way, because it is the reason why I want to make this is it's sort of a kind of a three-legged piece with one prong at the top. So if you attach pieces to this, you have like a tripod, or by itself it's already a tripod, and you have one leg that sticks up, so you can, if you attach some sort of a platform to it, like this one, you can attach this one onto that if you want. You have something a little bit like a table or a platform with legs. So, not that I necessarily want to make a table, but again, options, more possibilities to make stuff. Very nice, actually. Well, thank you. This one actually broke on itself earlier, weeks ago, because I handled it a little bit too roughly, and the pieces came off, so two of them, so I had to reattach them with vinegar, because my brother said he had heard that vinegar can be a good solution for attaching pieces that are already dry. I don't know why it works, but it seems to work. I don't know. Only firing will tell. That's an interesting tip. Well, yeah. I didn't know that before, also actually, but my brother saw another artist at another workplace someday, and he told him that. So, yeah, I'm not sure why it works. Maybe because normally, if you have pieces, dry pieces, and you wet them, uh, it can go wrong because the expansion rate of the clay it expands a lot where it is dry. It soaks up the water and it expands, and then you can get a lot of like fractures, and it sort of crumbles and falls apart if you're not careful. But maybe vinegar has sort of less of that effect. Maybe, not sure. These are also two other pieces I like that are on the drying shelf. This one is cool. Hole in the middle, screws on the sides. Very nice. And this one is almost like a plumbing piece for your plumbing or something, with a nice two threaded holes actually. One over here, threaded hole with a bottom that ends around here, and one threaded hole that goes all the way through at a 45-degree angle from one another. Interesting. I should probably make more of those pieces because uh, weird angles that aren't like right angles can create some interesting things and interesting situations. So yeah, I probably should make some more wacky angles. Okay, let's finally put these two together. I made earlier. This is the mold I use for making my screws. Voilà. Another screw. Okay. Okay. I am going to take a little break, make myself a cup of tea, and I will see you in a minute. Okay, be right back. And I'm back. I'm back. Doodle-dookie. Okay. Oh, hello. Noah Carter. A good day to you. Mein Bruder. Um, how long shall I make these? Hello, good afternoon. No. Hello, good afternoon to you too. Noah. Hello. Oh wait, let me put the camera. I think this is good. Yes. If the angle is a little bit good. Yeah, that's fine. By the way, I can see Noah when you join the chat. It shows like a little pop-up, like Noah Carter is watching, and that's it does that for everyone. By the way, if you join the chat, it gives me a little pop-up that you're watching. I don't really like that actually because well, especially when there is a lot of chatting going on. Right now, there isn't really much chatting going on, but sometimes when there is like chat going on, the chat gets a little bit clogged up with everybody, with all the messages that someone is just joined watching. So, and I don't know how to turn it off. By the way, I'm doing this via PC. This is not the phone app. This is a PC application, and I'm using OBS to stream. By the way, maybe I have to use the phone the phone application on my PC. That is possible, I think, and maybe that gives me more options because I have seen in tutorials for also for moderation the few options you have. You don't have a lot of moderation options on Instagram, but I have none here. Probably because I use the PC version. That's probably why. So maybe if I use the what do you call it? The Android application or something, or the phone application, the phone version, I might have more options. Okay, how long to make these pieces? Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Would you make a 55 centimeter bolt one day, max size in the kiln? Oh yeah. Uh, make a bolt that is like the maximum size that fits in the kiln. Yeah, you would know, of course, because you share the same kiln as me. Um, 55. Well, I have actually thought about making a super long bolt. This is the longest I make right now because it is exactly the full size of the mold I have. Exactly the full size of the mold, as you can see, plus the nut or the top on it, optional. It's a little bit shorter because ceramics, of course, shrinks during drying and firing. But this is how long the mold is. But yeah, I could sort of, I suppose, make two pieces and sort of splice them together and then make a longer one like this. How long is this, by the way? How long is 55? This is 55. Oh, this is long, you. That's freaking long, bro. This is 50. I could make one that's 50 easily. Oh, dude, that's very long. I just. Do you think it's strong enough to just, when it's still leather hard, of course, to just with clay slip, just press it in really hard like this and make sure the thread is aligned? Does it have enough strength? Or does it really need to be one piece? Because I was thinking also maybe like cutting them at a very steep angle and then gluing them back to each other. But it can get really messy really quick, I think, in terms of uh, the thickness can start to vary of the screw, and also the alignment of the thread might also be messed with. So I don't know. I think if it's just like that, it's easiest. But I don't know if that would be uh, if that would damage the integrity of the screw because it's so long and it will be exposed to more stress than a shorter screw because of well leverage. Leverage. The longest of screws. Yeah, I can make a really long one actually. Yeah, that's pretty cool. 55. That's freaking huge. It's freaking huge, man. Could you slide the screw in the mold when leather hard? And then stick another piece to it inside the mold. Slide the screw inside the mold when leather hard, and then stick another piece inside the mold. Bit hard to explain, but I think you know what I mean. Not quite. I mean, when it's leather hard, I can like put it sort of back in there, and then fill it up again, and yeah. Also, the problem is when you put a screw back into the mold when it's leather hard, it has shrunk already, and it doesn't really line up anymore with the teeth, with the thread of the mold. It has become smaller. I can already feel it with this small piece. It has difficulty fitting because it has shrunk. Not sure if that works. Mm, mm, nah, I'm not convinced. I think really just, yeah, the best way is maybe just have to cut them at a steep angle and maybe using some sort of a jig or something. Yeah, yeah, maybe just like this. Maybe just gluing them on top might be. Yeah. Do you think that's a weak connection? I mean, after all these years, I still am not quite sure if, when done properly, if this is a weaker connection as opposed to the rest of the material. I think so. I think this is a weaker connection, but I'm not sure really. Yeah, shrinking is a bit of a problem yet. I think gluing is still also, yeah, the better choice. Maybe at a steep angle, but that makes it way more difficult all of a sudden. If it's just like this, I guess it's the easiest way. Yeah. Yeah. I should totally give it a try, I think, because yeah, why not make a crazy long screw? If only, if only as an experiment, yeah. Yeah, maybe I should make, just right, make two long pieces as long as fit in the kiln and then just stick them together and see what happens. A deep cut might be needed to make it strong enough. A seep cut? I think you mean a deep cut. What do you mean a deep cut? Because, well, the pieces are completely separate from each other and then... Oh, a steep! Sorry. I know what you mean. A steep cut. Yeah. Steep is probably the strongest way, but I feel like it also will be hard. Yes, steep. Yes. Probably. Probably, ja. Ja. The strongest of cuts. The steepest of cuts. Steep. Keep it steep, bro. Sounds exciting to me, yeah. Well, I agree. I think I'm just going to give it a try. Just a crazy, crazy long screw. Yeah, and maybe I will do the steep cut, but I will see it by then. I will see when the time is there, whatever I will do, whatever I see fit. But I can prepare the pieces. Boom. Okay, I think all I'm going to do for today is finish this piece, and then I think I will call it a day. The 90-degree angle piece just needs a little bit more cleanup, and then I can stick it together. Oh wait, I need to shape the other piece as well. That will be fine. Mm-hmm. How about a curved bolt? Yeah. Bending it when not too stiff. Well, you're reading my mind, yes. Uh, Actually, yeah, I had thought about that, about just quite literally what you say when it's still wet. Just press it in the mold and then take it out of the mold and then put it back in sort of that it sticks out halfway and then just bend it in a 90-degree angle. I mean, the bend part really doesn't have any purpose. It just looks cool, but you cannot really you can't thread a screw on it, especially if it's a really tight curve. How about a slightly like a slightly curved like this, like a oh oh that's weird. If you have like a slightly curved bolt, like this big, but in like an arch. That's very weird. I don't know if nuts can still thread on that. Also worth experimenting, I think. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Slightly bent, you mean? So you can still use all the surface. I hadn't actually considered that. Yeah. Might not be a bad idea. Yeah. Wait, not right angles. But that is strange. No, I want it all to be geometrically perfect. Well, maybe I don't. I think because I use so much tolerance in my nuts and bolts, it should work, I think. So, yeah. Okay, so we have the long screw and we have the bent screw. Two things to try out. I think the bent screw can be really interesting because if you have like a bent screw like this and you attach one thing over there and one over there, it's like fanning out. If you like have pieces like this stuck on here, they fan if this piece is curved. Interesting. Very, very interesting. It does introduce some weird mechanical complications, I think. Give it a geometrically correct curve. uh, I mean, that is really just part of a circle, you know? Like, this is a perfect curve, just part of a circle. But it does introduce some weird stuff, I think, because if you have a straight piece and you have two nuts pressing against each other, uh, they touch each other's whole surface. But if the piece is bent, then nuts that you let's say these two are nuts, you screw them on either side, and they meet at well, what is probably not a right angle, but a little bit of an angle. So eh, you get a bit of a you get weird tensions, I think. So, but I don't know what that means. But probably weird stuff is going to happen. Maybe you cannot properly tighten certain parts, or I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. So I'm not sure if I'm going to like it, but might be worth trying out. Might be worth trying out, yes. Okay, I'm trying to finish this piece. Is this good? Is this good? Yes. That is good. And then there's a piece. This one needs to be trimmed still significantly, I think. Oh, Ooh. Stopped myself in time there. Sometimes you need to measure twice and cut once, not the other way around. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, it will be very weird, but also adds sculptural quality, maybe. Yeah, maybe it does. You can get like weird, sort of hanging, like almost limp or soft looking parts. You can add doing that. Yeah. Curved screws. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Completely mechanically inappropriate, but very interesting. I don't think I've ever seen in mechanical applications a curved screw. Because you don't want to curve screws normally. But hey, you don't want to make screws out of ceramics. So okay. Let's prep these shapes for final attachment. Okay. It's pretty chunky still. Okay. I think this is a good enough 90-degree chonker. Time to score and apply the clay slip. Same for these. And this time I'm going to use a lot. A nice big pile of clay slip. I made it really thick this time, kind of like a paste. I think that's not a bad idea. Kind of like making a sandwich. Okay. Now let's wait for just a little bit so it can soak a little bit. Preferably I would wait a little longer, but I want to end the stream soon, so I will just stick it on in a few minutes. Should be fine. Okay. Okay. Okay, and now the moment of truth. "90-degree angle piece." Here we go. I think I used a little bit much of the slip. It's coming all out. That's okay. Better to have too much than too little. Okay, that's one. And number two. Okay. Well, that looks like a 90-degree angle to me. Voila. Freshly attached. I'm not sure if I can store it like this right away. Yeah, I think this might be better for now. Yeah, that's square. That looks satisfyingly rectangular. Well, thank you. I think it does too. I just made sure that the angle on the centerpiece over here was just a proper right angle when I made it first. So, yeah, that looks about right. But next time we will probably have curved pieces, curved screws. Yeah, I am interested in trying that out. Okay. Well, that has been the stream for today. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Also, thanks, Noah, for tuning in and chatting. I appreciate it. And yes, I'm going to sign off for today. All right, I hope you all have a very good day, everybody, and I see you next week. Let's see what's over there. Okay, see you around. Bye bye. Bye bye. Da 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 dee. Oh, da 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 dee. Da 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 da. Dee. Okay. next week.
Next week on live streaming with Merlin. 5 more curves, more pieces, and more chats. See you around. See you next time. Until then, bye bye!